Hey guys, Joel from the Strength and Motion Academy today, sorry by the way. I want to talk to you about rep ranges today and program design, and I'm starting a series called How to Think Like a Coach. And the reason that is because we have a lot of good knowledge and we tell people what to do, but a lot of the time they don't understand why they're doing what they do. So I want to give you a bit of a underpinning understanding, so when you look at a program online or you give us a program we do, you can start to think for yourself a little bit and know, is this good? Is this right for me? Do I want to make a tweak? That kind of stuff. And that way, I'm empowering you and you don't need me as much. So this video makes me redundant, which is perfect. So I'm going to show you a bit of a spectrum about using what rep ranges during an exercise will elicit what response will give you what kind of results. So here is 1 rep and 12 reps. And this is like if I'm doing a set, if I'm doing 1 rep in a set or up to 12 reps in a set. And here's my little spectrum. And I've sort of broken it into three subcategories here, but really there are no absolutes. Everything, like even if I'm training in an 8 to 12 rep range, I'll build strength. Even if I'm training down in 1 to 5, I'll get gains. But this is sort of how the industry views this kind of stuff for various reasons. Between 1 and 5 reps here, we typically call this the strength rep range, and I'll talk a little bit about that in a second. That's because it's more of a neuromuscular adaptation, but hold on to your seatbelts for that one. Between 5 and 8 rep range is sort of in between, it's a mix, and 8 to 12 is your typical building muscle range and gains range. That's where a lot of bodybuilders spend most of their time. So why do these certain ranges do what they do, and then how can you apply that to a workout? So I've written here neuromuscular. Do you want to sort of zoom in over here now? Yeah. I've written neuromuscular here, and what does neuromuscular mean? It's the brain's connection to muscles. So we've all heard the old, the mind-muscle connection and that kind of thing. And training in low rep ranges doesn't necessarily build that, but what it does, it forces the body to have to recruit more muscle mass, okay? So you can see, if I increase force, I'll sort of talk about something else. More force that we use, the more muscle we recruit. And if we're looking at physics, how do we then produce more force? We either up mass or up acceleration. So if you want to use as much as mass as possible, you won't be able to do many reps. That's the logic behind that. And what this does, because the body is a survival tool and it doesn't like to waste energy, we have to force ourselves to produce force in order to recruit enough muscle. So hope that makes sense. Another bit of logic behind that is, if we're doing low rep ranges, by the law of specificity, we'll get better at lifting things a couple of times. So if we're trying to get good at doing a 1 rep max or lifting maximally, training at a lower number is more specific to that. Now we're going to dramatically pan over to the gains rep range. And I've written the word metabolic here and I've written pumps. And everyone's familiar with coming in, you're doing a set of 10, you're feeling the muscle burning, you get a really good pump in the muscle. Why on earth do we do that? What is it about? The metabolic just means the body's producing energy, okay? And whenever the body produces energy, there's always byproducts based on what we're doing. So the pump, or that lactic acid you're feeling in a muscle, is actually the byproduct of the body producing energy and it getting stuck in the muscle and creating that feeling. One thing I want to talk about in the 8 to 12 rep ranges, we actually have longer time under tension. Because we've done more reps, the set goes longer. And because of that, we get more of this metabolic waste product being built up, and that's that feeling that we're getting, and that signals growth in a different way to lifting heavier stuff. So I don't know how long I've been talking for, but I sort of want to bring a bit of context to this. What kind of exercises will we do in a strength rep range, and what will we do in a sort of gainsy rep range? So exercises, they speak to me in the night, they whisper to me, okay? And what they've told me is big lifts, they suit lower reps. And why? Because they let you lift more weight. Okay, they let you produce more force, so it makes sense. And on the same token, by the way, by big lifts I mean squats, deadlifts, stuff that let you handle a lot of weight. On the same token, for gains, it's easy to maintain focus and to maintain good form and constant tension with exercises that allow you to have a better mind-muscle connection and really focus on what you're trying to put an extra bit of muscle on. Okay, so gains, this 8 to 12 rep range, think isolations and smaller exercises. So I hope that makes sense. I will write an article too, so I have really spieled out lots of stuff really quickly here, but let that mill around in your brain, and then when you have a workout, think about how you can apply these principles to what you're trying to get out of the gym, and that way, yeah, it'll all make a bit more sense, and I think you'll get a bit more fun, a bit more results. All the best. Like us on Facebook, come down, talk to me, questions, anything. Good luck, guys.